Bob had sent me a bunch of emails, and they seemed to be just going straight to my spam, so I had to go backwards after he sent me a text message of like, hey, did you get this email about the meeting?
That looks good, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know if I've missed any. Application fees for the year is what?
No, it's 30.
Yeah, he'll be into that.
Well, he did. He had a girlfriend.
Yeah, my wife couldn't do the first one because it was so they wanted one of us.
Gracious Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this group of men. We ask that you keep us safe through the day. We thank you for those that are not able to be here today. We ask that you keep them safe and keep them well. Bring those that are under the weather back to us. We ask that you especially look in on John Pointer and for Terry Hirschman. We lift them up to you, Father. Ask that you keep them with us. We pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Pledge Commander Roots agree. Please. Please remain standing.
We dedicate the meeting to our brothers still on eternal patrol, to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of their duties while serving their country, that their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice may be a constant source of motivation toward greater accomplishments, and to pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States of America and its Constitution. Please, let's have a moment of silence. Thank you.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Where are you pointing, Captain Harris?
What's that?
Where are you pointing?
Dave, where are you?
I'm right here.
My son over here behind me, Dave.
Oh, Dave, welcome, Dave. You're welcome anytime.
Okay.
Please make sure you signed in as a guest.
He's Dave's the lieutenant, or what, retired lieutenant commander in the intelligence side of the business. A lot of special ops.
Also, if anybody wants to move over, there's a bunch of open chairs here. You want to be a little closer to what's going on?
I'd like to recognize the past commanders, Bob Summer. Welcome again, Bob.
Dave Harris.
Bob Harris.
Tom Dolan.
Tom Dolan.
John Raines.
John Raines. Also, we have an esteemed guest today. We have the national president of the USSVI Charitable Fund, Paul Bachman. You want to stand up? That makes two really important people we have in our group at the national level. Dave Perugia is now the inducted secretary of USSVI and on his way up the chairs to possibly being the national commander. When I was in the airport last Saturday morning, I had my submarine jacket on, which is a little light windbreaker. It's got a big emblem on the back. And while waiting for my baggage, this gentleman walks up to me and says, "Were you in the submarines?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "So was I." And I said, "Do you know about USS Beyond?" "No." So I gave him a 2-minute lecture, my business card. He gave me his phone number. And I talked to him Thursday, and he said, "I'm going to try to make it," but he said, "I think I'm coming down with the flu." So probably at the picnic, we'll meet Tim Francis, retired lieutenant commander. He was chief petty officer on LDO, and very personable person. Members on the pinnacle list, Mr. Granger.
I got an email from Dan Kroll. Okay, as you know, Dan is a past storekeeper and member of Tang Base. He still is a member of Tang Base, but he's in a facility, retirement type community rehab. Dan is wheelchair bound. He needs someone to pick him up and put him in his bed and take him out and so on. So he can't get around very much. Please let all know at the next meeting that I received a very nice card today that was signed by several of the members. I am doing good, keeping busy with the different activities here, including trips for shopping in different restaurants. Next Tuesday we're going to Anna Maria Island Oyster Bar and so on. He does get around some, but it is very difficult. He does really want to come up and see us at a meeting, but I don't know how we can make that happen. So, the other sad news is John Poyer's been a member of Tang Base for quite some time. He lives up in Maryland with his wife. His wife's health is deteriorating, and he's came down last year, actually the beginning of this year, and then left quickly to get back up home. I mail him the newsletter every month because he doesn't get email. I got a card from him yesterday. John has just been diagnosed stage 3 pancreatic cancer. So we all know what is most likely. He's under treatment at Johns Hopkins up there. So the good Lord willing. So please add him and his family to your prayer list.
Mr. Granger, you have anything to add to that?
Not at this time.
Thank you. Please stand for the tolling of the votes.
Shipmates with dolphins on their chest are part of the outfit known as the best. You will find without a doubt we're the best in all the land. Let them know we who survive will always keep their memories alive. There is a point of no return where ships may ride at anchor for a little space. And in some starless night, the cable slips, leaving only an eddy in the mooring place. Gulls veer no longer, sailors rest your oar, no longer wreckage will be washed ashore.
USS S5, SS 110, 9120. SS S51, SS 162, 92525. USS Grayling, SS 209, 9943. USS Pomino, SS 181, 91743. USS Cisco, SS 290, 92843. Ring the bell one more time for people on control. That's it.
Okay. This last 3 weeks have been really great in the fact that we have gotten our USS Tang 805 Florida corporate license. We are now a corporation in the state of Florida for the USS Tang 805 Commissioning Foundation. We got the approval from the Department of Agriculture that we can solicit donations in Florida. And we got our IRS EIN number. And last week we got our IRS approval for being a nonprofit corporation. So we have achieved, from the standpoint of getting in place the USS Tang 805 Commissioning Foundation, we have achieved everything we needed to achieve. And Neil Kimes and I opened a bank account with Bank of America about a week and a half ago, and we got our approval, so we are now in business with respect to the Tang Commissioning Committee. That has been absolutely fantastic. It's going great. It took a lot less time than everybody had told me it would take, and we are now ready to get going for the USS Tang 805 Commissioning Committee planning. And Anthony Benaglio here, he's volunteered to be on the commissioning committee. Mike Taylor, myself, Neil are on it, John Raines and Dave Perugia. In addition, we've had a couple guys from the Tang 563 who have said they want to be on the commissioning committee as well. And so we are going to get going here in the next few weeks with commissioning committee planning for this coming rest of the year, but really for the next probably 6 months, and try to get established with all of the connections that we need to have for government, for the Tampa Bay Defense Alliance, for the Navy League, and anything we need to do there. Also with the buildsubmarines.com group, and you see them every week on the NASCAR race.
And they won last week.
And they won last week, yes. And all the other connections we can make locally within Tampa Bay and within Florida. Now the 563 people are spread all over the United States. Irv Easton, who was a commanding officer, is up in Pennsylvania, and he's going to kind of organize up there. Anthony's down here in Florida, and we have a guy in Texas and a guy in California who are very interested in being an organizer for their area and being a part of the commissioning committee. So we're gonna really hit it big here very soon. In addition, we have, for I think the first time maybe in at least a while, along with Bob Bachman, we have established an agreement between the Commissioning Foundation and the Submarine Veterans Charitable Foundation on being able to get donations and work together in getting funding for the commissioning of the Tang 805. So that's a big deal. Thank you, Bob, for helping getting that going. And for any of you guys that want to donate to the USSV Charitable Foundation, and we will have an account there for the commissioning activities of the Tang 805. You can do that through the USSVI or the USSVCF.org website, or directly with myself or Neil or Bob Bachman. So that's a mechanism for money going into the USSVCF organization, which will then be available to help us with the commissioning committee activities. So that's something really great that if you submarine guys and all of those 563 submarine sailors, especially who are USSVI members, if they want to donate to the charitable foundation, then we have a mechanism to do that. We also created our own 501c3 corporation in order to be able to obtain donations from corporations like Honeywell, government people, people who are not Air Force people who are not directly related to submariners and don't work through the submarine veterans organizations, but want to make a contribution to the commissioning directly. And for the USS Idaho, there were a number of corporations that wanted to do that. That's the mechanism they wanted. We have our bank account set up with our own 501c3, which was approved about 2 weeks ago by the IRS, so they can give us a donation. And for the USS Idaho, some of those donations were in the $25,000, $30,000 range. So we're hoping that we can make those contacts in the near future. Anyway, also, it's not mandatory or we're not pressuring anybody who's a Tang-based USSBI member. You don't have to help us on the commissioning committee. We will have people that will do that work independently of this group, but we would really love to have you as a part of the commissioning committee in addition to the Tang-based sub-vets. That's all I have.
Volunteer for lunch next month.
The volunteer for lunch next month is Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, actually, it's in 2 months because next month
that's right, parade.
is the picnic. 4th Saturday next month, not the 3rd, the 4th Saturday is the picnic down in Reddington Shores at the park next month.
Thank you, Bob. Great report. I just want to dovetail on his report and say that when I get our copy of the newsletter, I send it to LA Pasadena, I send it to Central Texas Base, and I send it to Biloxi, Mississippi. All of you got friends that are still, like us, active in the USSBI, send them a copy, because I'm going to have in my report, and I'm going to be talking to our newsletter guy to put a whole page about the USSBI and that you just heard, about Tang Base that you just heard, and get them cranking. I mean, there's nobody we don't want to touch. Well, that might be a little oversimplification, but we want to get as many tentacles out there in the community as possible. In fact, Dave Ferrugia, when he went to the convention up in Cleveland, was touting our hats. A little less success than we expected, but at least he's involved. Also, we've had one other person who wants to be on the committee, and that is Bill Andrus, our last president of the USSBI. He wants to be involved. Yes, Bachman.
I failed to mention before, so I just wanted to tell you all. Bob is the commissioning fund manager for USFBCF. He volunteered to do that for all votes from this point forward that are going to the commission. He's going to take his knowledge from his past experience and use it to help other commissioning committees as they come up. Okay? And the second thing is Al Womack, who's not here today, who is your ambassador, has also joined USSBCF as our controller to keep us make sure that we're doing the right things, okay? So 2 more people from this space are helping out the Chapel Hill Foundation, and we really do appreciate that. The third thing I want to mention is we have the convention coming up, and it's never too early to start thinking about how we can take advantage of that for the commissioning, for the base, etc. Sooner better, from what I understand, okay?
Thank you, Bob. Base Commander's report. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we stick a hand up?
Yeah, no, going back, one avenue that we might consider too is an article with some pictures, if we can, to the American submarine, going out to all of the bases.
Right, yeah.
TNT.
Spend the money there. That's a good idea. That'll be part of the planning committee on how we're going to PR it and where the priorities will be. Okay? And again, the picnic next month is the 4th Saturday. And the Saturday before that would be our normal meeting here. So we're going to have an executive committee meeting here at 11 o'clock on the 3rd Saturday of next month. And it's usually your staff and the department heads, people like the historian and the base librarian and historian storekeeper, that kind of. And really, I welcome anybody. Everybody's input is valuable to us. Concerning the picnic coming up next month, I put in a newsletter. Please notify us if you're going. We got 6 notifications. I'm not predisposed to spend $1,000 on 6 people and see how many hot dogs, how many hamburgers, and how many knockwursts you can eat. We don't have a final count. I'm at loss to figure this out. In the May meeting, when we had our May picnic, we had a very good response from everybody, and we still overbought. Does anybody understand how much a picnic costs us? Other than Bob? Summer?
Lady said we can notify you today.
Pardon?
Lady said we can notify you today.
Okay, I'll take it today. If you're notifying me, that makes 7.
2 more.
3 more. That's 10.
Of course, I'm coming.
Well, 42, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're about 20 right now. Well, they figured it for 50, and the total price for that picnic at 50 is going to be $1,500. And I'm going to cut the food down, and I'm going to cut a bunch of stuff down so that it's more manageable. And on good information from our treasurer, we'll cover the cost of the picnic, and then however many people show up, that's how much you're going to pay. We'll divide it equally, or as equal as possible. It's kind of funny that...
how much money do you want for the picnic?
I'll take $100 grand.
No, I'm just asking, do you want 20, 25, what do you want for 2 people?
I don't know. I don't know. We've got to take some of that food off, some of the cost off, and then we'll have a number. In fact, I think my treasurer can do that before we go to press, and I'll put it in the captain's corner of the press.
Last time it was $20, that's why I
Yeah,
was asking.
and we still lost a lot of money. We didn't even come close at 20. And the thing is,
we were paying $10 if you notified, if we
Yeah.
signed up, you paid $10, per adult. If you didn't sign up and you showed up, it was $20 per
Yeah.
adult. Are we changing that, or is that the
Well, since we don't have a hard head count, we're gonna charge one price whether you show up, period.
And that is,
I've gotta work on that $1,400 account and get it down, and then if 20 people show up, that'll be roughly the price.
Will that price, after you determine that, will that be in the newsletter?
Yes, I'm gonna put it in the newsletter, what you can expect to pay at the door. We might go 5 or 10% over people that have said they want to go, just to cover it so people get fed. But we're not going to be selling food like we did in the last two picnics I attended, because that's not a good use of our resources. Pardon me if I'm a get off your grass kind of guy. Yes, sir.
So who do we send a text or email to? I didn't read the newsletter yet. Been traveling for the last 3 weeks.
Send it to me, please. I'm sorry, I guess I need a mic. Send it to neilakimes@gmail.com.
Okay.
That'll be in the captain's corner of the newsletter. Now then, a problem I don't think we've had before, but we're looking at possibly 3 parades in the month of November. One on the 9th, which we were invited by this organization to attend. And then the next day, there's another one. And these are all in close proximity. You're not going to have to drive all over the world to get there. And then the third one is on Monday. My question is, do we have the stamina for 3 parades, one right after the other? I want to hear from the troops. Please stick your hand up and voice your opinion.
I think it depends on the length of the parade.
Well, the last parade I was in on the 4th of July, we had plenty of seating in the back of the truck, in the truck, and people that wanted to walked. And I think we had 12, is that right? Dave, you were there. About 12,
Yeah,
about a dozen.
right, yeah.
About a dozen. And
Bob, how many
How
are you
long
going
is the
to?
walk?
Bob, how many are you going to?
me?
Brady.
Oh, I would go to all 3 of them myself.
Yeah, the one on Saturday is organized in Clearwater by this American Legion post, and we've already committed to it. The one on Sunday is at Treasure Island, and we told them last year, we participated last year, we told them we'd probably be back this year. I have the name and phone number of our contact person, and I need to tell them whether we'll be there or not. And then in Dunedin, at the American Legion Dunedin, it's not really a parade, it's a presentation. So we have a booth, and we'd have our model there, and so it's kind of a presentation thing for Veterans Day. So I personally would be going to all 3. Raise your hand if you'll go to all 3.
Before we do that, can I ask about the one on Monday?
Yeah.
In Dunedin? So that's basically like a fair, right?
It's like a fair. It's at the park in Dunedin.
So to me, that's where we can collect donations, correct?
Yes, you could.
Okay, so I think that's an important distinction between parade and just, being.
You're right.
Are
Being
we
at it,
collecting
okay?
donations for USSBCF, or are we collecting
For the Tang base, for the commissioning.
for the commissioning?
Yeah, I'm thinking that, yeah.
What are the dates again?
It's
9, 10, and 11.
Yeah, 9, 10, 11.
yeah, November 9th,
November 9th.
Saturday, November 10th, Sunday, November 11th is Monday, Veterans Day.
Do we have time of day?
I'm in for the parade for here and for the fair.
Okay, all three, and the time of day will be like probably 11 a.m. or so, 10, 11 a.m. in the morning. All three, raise your hand if you'll go to all three. Okay, if you'll go to 2, that is the Saturday and the Sunday parade.
Question, do we have drivers to pull the model submarine for us?
Saturday and Monday we do, because it'll be me.
Okay, so you're gonna pull Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Monday, I'll do that.
Oh, man.
So on Sunday, the model is at Tom Donan's house and the parade is right near Tom Donan's house. So it's a very easy thing to pick up the model on Sunday. Okay, raise your hand if you'll go to Saturday and Monday. If you're going to go to all three, you can put your hand back up again. Okay.
Question? Yeah. Are we going to do the Christmas parade also?
As far as I know, we've sent the insurance certificate in, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All righty, so it looks like we're parading and we're canvassing, or sitting on our duffs and asking for donations and memberships.
Do we have like some kind of canopy or something for that Monday that we can sit under?
At the moment, no. At the moment, no, I don't know. No.
I can give you one to use for that. I just won't be able to be there.
Okay. One just came in through the mail.
Okay, there you go. You don't want to be out in the sun. That's
No, yeah, and you probably have to bring your own chair.
Yeah.
A deck chair or a lawn chair or camp chair or whatever.
Okay.
And I think we can get a cooler full of water there.
Bob, you need somebody to pull it on Sunday? Or you need somebody to pull the model on Sunday? Yeah, I can do that.
We just got a Sunday model puller. Thank you, Dave Francis. I would be remiss if my voice didn't carry and thank American Legion Post 7 for this beautiful setup for us. I think we can all agree it's a vast improvement of where we were. We got started on time, but I don't feel obligated to get out of here on time, so we'll go through some reports. Secretary report, anything?
Yes, I do. All right, for Secretary's report, first of all, is this on? You all hear me? Yeah. Okay. We have 21 members today, 2 guests, and I did get some correspondence from the Tampa Bay chapter of the National Sojourners Incorporated. They attached a flyer. There's a veteran recognition event that's going to be on Monday, November 4th at 7 p.m. And if you'd like to participate in that, we need to get them information on who's attending by October 31st. Attire is business dress or military uniform. They can have light refreshments. So if anybody is interested in that, you can reach out to the commander or to myself and let me know if you'd like more information. I do have a flyer up here. I'll leave it on the front desk if you want to look at it. And that's all I have.
Good morning, everyone. Treasury report, August 1st, we had a bank opening of $3,222.48. Base dues $30, national dues $60, base for a total of $90. Base special funds, $535. That was a $500 donation and a $35 split the pot return. Tang base caps for kids received $25 total donations, $560. Ship store was $80. Fundraising for the split the pot was $55. And total income was $755. We had total expenses, national dues, $60, and then the closing balance was $3,917.48. $695 was the difference. Any questions? Okay.
Make a motion that the treasurer's report be approved today.
Second. Subject to audit.
All in favor?
Audit is fine.
Subject to audit.
Subject is fine. Audit away.
Yes, that's right.
Greg Dennis is not with us this one.
Base membership report, Mr. Rich.
Good morning, men. My membership report for September is 85 total members. New member, Anthony Bennett.
Benalia.
Benalia. And we have one World War II member, Peter Wilcox. War Patrol members, we have 52. Life members, we have 58. Club, we have 58. Secondary members, we have 11. Associated members, 7. Tang base associated members, only 2. And we have 2 members that are eligible for the Holland Club, but I still haven't got their paperwork. It's got to be reviewed by the national, and they'll send it along. And maybe not next month, the month after, or maybe even next month, I have some longevity pins I like to give out to some of the members that are eligible. And the next thing is dues. Dues are going up pretty high. If you want to pay 2025, pay by December, so you don't have to pay that increase in the dues. Also, life membership is going up pretty high also. So I have three dues collected today for 2025. If you can, pay your dues now for next year, so you don't have to pay that increase.
I have 2.
Okay, so we got 5 today. Yeah, USS, Tang base dues is still the same, 15. But USS VI dues are going up to 45?
40.
40. Gone from 30 to 40. So that's the only thing I have for the members. If you want to save some money, make sure you pay your dues up before the end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. Chief of the boat?
Well, I think we can all say that I'm very pleased with this. The welcome that we received from Post 7. I talked with the base commander here and our post commander, and they're going to have the adjutant available for anybody who would like to change their membership in the American Legion to this post. The dues are going to go up on that too, but it's $45 a year for the American Legion. I'm going to change my membership here to support this post. It's not a requirement. This post is actually open to the public, one of the few that are, but just as a support for this post, I'm going to shift my membership because it's not a requirement. But they've provided storage for us and the facility at no charge, and I'm very pleased to be here.
Thank you, Bob. I think we all should give the Cobb and the people that helped him applause for moving us out of 104 to here, and no sniveling, nothing like that. Did an excellent job. Thank you.
Lee, love
There's a lightning fan in the house. Next one is the base librarian. Do we think Mr. Farouche is going to be coming to our meeting and being a librarian in addition to his national duties? Do we know? I've had no communication from him. I'll have to send him an email. Rick, our historian, sent me an email, says he's traveling this week. Storekeeper report?
Yeah, the other thing we have the new calendars in. They're $12.
$12 new calendars.
$12 per calendar, and pretty good supply of everything else. I will be temporarily relieved of my duties for, we don't know how long, but in the meantime, Dave is going to help me and fill in for me, so he'll be responsible for it. So I thank him very much for that. That's all.
Thank you. Caps for Kids report. You had a soiree last Friday or something? Did it come off?
Yeah, we had 8 to 10 kids is all we had. Apparently they were getting them out as quick as they could out of the hospital for the weekend. It was Anthony and Bob and I were there, and appreciate Anthony being there. He and Bob helped out a great deal, so everything went good.
Thank you. Appreciate your effort to do that. This is the first one we've been allowed back in since COVID, right?
No, actually, we went to all children's last year, earlier this year. I can't remember when.
Earlier this year.
Well, we did go.
I was there, yeah. It was earlier this year.
Yeah. The Bob that was there today, or with Summers.
Summers.
That was Bob Summers there with you this last week?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a bunch of Bobs.
Well.
Webmaster report.
I don't have anything new to report, Commander. Everything's ship shape, moving along.
Good. Is it possible for you to implant anything on your video about the 805 commissioning and the fact that we've got it all set up and we're ready to take money?
Absolutely.
Good. Well, I appreciate if you do that.
No problem.
Thank you. Does our new Southeast director know where we are now, or do we think Farouche did a turnover? I tried to send an email on Nichols an
I
email.
haven't heard back. He said he was going to make the turnover, so that might be what he's doing now. He's got to do it during the meeting time.
Okay.
He just did that at the sail-based meeting a couple of days ago.
Is that where he's from, Nichols?
He's sailfish.
Sailfish.
Selfish. Okay, Mr. Bachman already gave his report. Any old business? Any new business? Go to the order. Yes, Captain Harris.
I smoked for over 50 years, both by pulmonologist, and I attributed my COPD to that. Recently, I received a flyer from this law group in Tampa. Bottom line is, I'm now going on track for $30,000 tax-free and after lawyer's fee because I was most likely used to asbestos while in the Navy. I'm really on service ship in my case. If you're short of breath, whether you smoked or not, I recommend you get a little expensive law group and see what they can do for you. How about for me?
Good for you. Good for you. You earned the benefits. We all earned the benefits.
That money comes from the manufacturers of no court case, no lawyer fees, no taxes.
Yes, Mr. Granger.
I didn't catch the name of the law group.
Vincent, V-I-N-C-E-N-T, Tampa.
Well, I just filed for my disability and I got around 30%. But I listed my time on a seaplane tender that was built in 1945, standing engine room watches and fire room watches. And I know that thing was crowded with asbestos. And I spent 6 months there waiting for my bill at a nuclear power school at Mare Island. And they completely negated that on there. So, you know.
My main goal was to get a VA ready and take this once
Okay.
So if you went through a shipyard like I did,
Yeah.
odds are you were exposed to asbestos.
Oh, I know I was. I saw that stuff falling off the lagging on the turbines that I was watching on an electric plant watch. Yeah, yeah, that's greater.
I went through 2 shipyard periods, one on the nuke, one on a conventional. Then I worked 35 years for Tampa Electric and Power Plants, where they would blow the asbestos off of the turbines. And the entire turbine level would be covered with
Snow.
Yeah.
White snow. I was in one of my careers as a director of engineering, I took a course in asbestos remediation. And one flake of asbestos dropped from 6 feet can take as long as 3 days to hit the ground. So, yeah. Anything for the good of the order?
Here.
Oh, didn't say more. Yeah.
For those that abide, the bar in here has a policy where you can get, for $6, you get 3 beers, and you get 1 and then 2 chips, and they don't expire. So I found out about that today, so that's obviously for the good of the order. And we have food left over for those that want to take it so that it doesn't spoil. We've got bags you can put it in and so forth, so please help yourself.
Hey, Jerry?
Yeah.
Will they take our leftovers in here?
I offered some to the bartender. I haven't. I could go ask. But
Please do. We don't want to waste it.
no problem. I will do that. I'll do that right now.
Good PR.
Yep.
Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Time for the drawing. Time for the drawing.
I've got something.
Uh-oh.
John. I'm off medical list, but I'm still on the stupid bill.
Way to go, John. Okay, now for the 50-50 raffle. Get your tickets out.
The ticket number 336060.
Donation again.
So,
Let me see. Anyone? Anyone? Is it one of mine?
you always say.
Was it you, Tom? What was the number again?
It's 336060. It's 336060.
20 years, this is the second time. 20 years is
That's a fact, too.
Next month at the picnic, we're going to have a QVC raffle. My wife and I went cruising on the internet and we found a very nice barbecue set that we're going to donate to the QVC and see if that piques the interest rather than the stuff that we had purloined somehow or by somebody or other, somewhere or other. Please stand and uncover for the base chaplain's benediction.
Father, we thank you for today. We thank you again for this group. We lift them up to you. We are your work in progress. So far, it has been very progressive. And we ask that you keep us safe on our way home. We pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Do I hear a motion to join? Adjourn? Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. On the Claxton.
Oh, he went into town.
Mark, man.
I didn't sign the, oh, you didn't sign it? Oh, no, I was looking for it earlier.
Oh, yeah, we ready?
Yep.
Yeah.